Hello. Hi everyone. Hello. Welcome. I'm finally doing the highly requested art stream of how I draw in my art style. Thank you to those of you who have already said hello in chat. Hello. Thank you for returning. I'm about to switch over to my drawing screen. So at this time, because the transition screen is quite loud, I warn you, you might want to turn down your audio just until the swirls are all gone, and then we'll be good. Don't know how to fix that. I need to get a different stream thing, but this one's so cute. I don't know. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're switching now. Hello. Hello, it's me. So some new things. One, I have some new channel points. If you missed yesterday's stream, which is just like a chill me gaming type of a stream, then yeah, you didn't get to see them all. So I have new channel point redemptions, and I also have a little bar up in the left hand corner there that you can see. Once I hit 10 subscribers, I'm like, it doesn't matter what day I stream, just my next stream, the next one I stream, it's going to be a horror game stream. And for those of you who don't know, I don't like horror games. I mean, I do. I like watch Markiplier or other people play them. I'm okay watching other people play them as long as I can like hide in the comments on occasion. So I get scared very easily. It would be a fun time just to see me get scared. And you can like use different different channel redeems to scare me even more. Anyway, yeah. So that's there. 3 subscribers away. Hello, Kit Kat. Welcome to the screen. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hi, Kit Kat. Welcome to the stream. Which horror game? Probably Phasmophobia. I'm planning to do it with my friends Mal Nightingale, who is a Destiny 2 streamer, Bakutel, who is one of my real life friends. Well, all of these people are real life friends. Oh, except for one. Threadwing is not a real life friend. However, they are an online friend. It's all with friends. Mal Nightingale, Kara, Destiny 2 streamer, Bakutel, Danny, funny PNGTuber streamer, but he prefers his audience to be 18 plus. And then Threadwing, who is a fellow art friend and online friend. So, yeah. Oh, Kit Kat, it's okay. Thank you for stopping in, even for just a split second. That's fine. Alright. So, I think we're gonna possibly get started here. But yeah, Phasmophobia is the plan for the horror game stream. And I think I'm gonna leave the subscriber goals, or maybe make some other different types of goals to have me play them a little bit more frequently, maybe once a month if I hit the goals. We'll see. We'll see how it all goes. Is it okay if I draw your character? Absolutely, that is totally fine. Normally I don't watch horror games, but for you I will watch. For me to scream and pee my pants, I'm sure it'll be a great time. So we're gonna get started here. I'm trying to figure out how I want to go about doing this. I think I might start off with the face features, and then I can combine all the facial features together. I can go into how I draw different hairstyles. We'll see about anatomy. I've stated several times that I'm not super comfortable drawing anatomy, mostly because I struggle with it. And it might take me a couple times before I get something that I really like, you know? So let's just see how it goes. Well, actually, I think I might utilize... So this will be my facial feature. Oh, no, I don't want bigger. I want smaller. This will be my facial feature part of the canvas here. And just for clarity, the techniques I use digitally are pretty much the same that I do traditionally, except for the fact that I can flip the canvas easier. Traditional artists, you can take a photo and like flip it in an app and stuff, or scan it in. That's kind of the way to get around that one. Or you can hold it up to a window and you can see how the proportions look. Anyway, let's get started here. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the thing that I start out with on all of my faces, and that is a nose. So for me, I always draw like a little circle in like the center of the face. And the reason why I draw the nose first is because it's kind of the central point. It gives me a good indication of where I want to put everything else. And I will go more into that when we actually put the face together. So yeah, I do the little circle and then I draw these like little nostril shapes. And then I draw like the sides of the nose, which are rounded like so. Do I have stabilization on? Kinda, a little bit. I'm turning it off for this. For sketching, I don't use stabilization unless I'm drawing the hair. So that's the basic shape that I always use for the nose. Now, if you want the nose to have like a different shape to it, I'm gonna duplicate this pencil real quick, just so I can have one that I can make larger and another I can make smaller. So, opacity down. This is how you can kind of change the shape of your nose. So, first off, you can have like the standard button nose, just adding, you know, this type of shading. It really emphasizes the tip of the nose. For me personally, I always draw shadows underneath my nose, like so. And then for the edges of the nose, you can have more of a straight style nose that doesn't really have a bump in it. And it'll look more so like this. Of course, you want to kind of like shade up a little bit. This is more of the standard button nose shape, you know? Like so. Darkening the edges, kind of to help that stand out a little bit more. So, basic standard button nose. And then if you want a different shape, you can play around with like changing the shape of the shadows. So if there's like a little bump in the nose, there might be, you know, this type of thing going on where it's narrow, it widens a little bit, and then it goes narrow again. If the tip isn't like pointing out too much, you can also just erase, and you can see how it changes the shape of the nose. Just playing around with the shadows. I highly recommend just playing around with shadows, having fun with it, experimenting. Art is all about experimenting, and that's how I've learned to do a lot of the things that I've learned to do. So, yeah. That's basically how you just draw a nose and you can shade it. Now, I'm going to move on to, do we want to do lips next, potentially? I'm gonna do lips. So for me, I always start out with the center lines. And I don't always do this bit. Sometimes I might just do a shade more like this. Oh, and if you're wondering, I don't think we're gonna go over, I don't think we're gonna go over, like, open mouths, because I still struggle with that, and I got bullied for my Peppa piece from Encanto, and I still am not over it, so I don't know. Hi, Shannery Lorraine. I am doing well. How are you? So, yeah, that's the line that I start out with my lips. If you want them to be curved downwards, or at least in my style, this is how I kind of do my frowny expressions. I've seen your video and I really enjoy them. Aw, thank you. I just the pepper one, I don't know. I need to play around with open mouths a little bit more personally as an artist. So we'll see. Anyway, yeah, I'll start off with like these types of shapes. Now for the bottom lip, you don't have to have it like that. You could also, yeah, actually for that bottom one, I think I'm gonna do something different. I want these all to have a different shape for the bottom lip. Just like the nose, you can play around with shapes. So you could have a bottom lip shape that's more like that, or like that, or even like that if maybe they have a more prominent chin. Good, thank you. It's my first time here on Twitch. Oh, well, thank you for stopping in. Did you find me through... Oh, wait. I'm here because of your YouTube live the other day, and I decided to join. I'm happy I did. Well, thank you. Threading that nose is god tier. Holy shit. Thank you. I actually did show, like, a whole thing on how I shaded it. I'm gonna be reposting this to YouTube later so people can see it afterwards. But yeah, I showed how shading can change the shape of a nose. And now I'm just working on how I usually stylize my lips. Your stream is very calming, so I'm working on my small business while I watch. Oh, yeah, that's honestly a good thing. I've been told that my streams are good for background noise, which, yes. Who is that in my chat? I don't know you, Sundras. I'm kidding. I know you. Hi, Shannon. Anyway, back to doing a little bit of tutorial stuff. So for the upper lip, I don't know, sometimes I'll draw like the little, you know, design, the little upper lip line. Brother, this guy stinks. Katie, get out of here. Ma'am. I am looking at you. Okay, next line. I've noticed you, madam. I can't wait for people to watch this back on YouTube later and be like, why didn't you just focus on drawing the whole time? Are you interacting with chat so much? Because it's fun. I like interacting with my viewers. If you were here, you can interact with me too. I try to reply to comments on YouTube, but you know, I get busy. Banned. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna focus. So yeah, upper lips, just like the bottom lips, can also have different shapes. So in this case, you can have this, have more of a style like this. You can have maybe a wider one. You know the deal. And you can obviously mix and match. You can have like this type of lip with this one or what have you. Whatever works. And for me personally, I like to shade the upper lip darker than the bottom one. This is a how I draw in my art style stream after all, so I'm showing how I personally do it. Like so. Drawing advice from an artist? Impossible. I know. I've kind of lost touch with digital art, so I'm watching stream to get me back into it. Oh, whoa. This is the same techniques I tie. These are the same I cannot speak. Oh my goodness, help me. These are the same techniques that I use traditionally as well. So even if you are a traditional artist, this works too. I'm mostly a traditional artist, and I mean, I've been sketching and inking a lot more digitally because it's cleaner and it's a little bit easier for me, but coloring wise, I still do traditional coloring. Aside from like my PNGTuber, that's an exception. It was a very easy self-shaded style. So that one's a little bit different. I have some special cases. Okay, I don't like how that one turned out. save your progress. Okay, fine. I don't.
Like one of your French girls, as they say.
Please. I've already drawn you like one of my French girls. Okay, I saved. I've already drawn you like one of my French girls, Paco, and your entire chat and stream loves it, so... I think that one gets redeemed more than anything anymore. Okay, I will hydrate. As long as you guys don't make me have to pee. You're gonna make it really hard for me to actually get stuff done on the stream, aren't you? Okay. I had water. I had the waters. We're good. I don't own any alcohol. I am a boring 26-year-old who just doesn't really drink. Okay. So yeah, those are like some different lip shapes and designs that you can use in your drawings. If you are drawing a person of color, they usually have the darker upper lip, and then for me personally, I can't really show it because I can't really do coloring things on the stream, but the inner part of their lip, at least for me, what I always do is I will leave it kind of light on the bottom right in here, and the shading will be just darker around that bottom part of the bottom lip, but in here I tend to make it pink. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what an alcohol is. Me neither. Never had it. Can you draw Five Nights at Freddy's? Please. Shannon, I'm going to ban you. Foxy, please. Should I do a pinup Foxy? No, I'm not gonna entertain that. Yes. How often do you do lives? I try to do it as often as I can, but I have a very inconsistent work schedule, which is why a lot of things that I do are very inconsistent. The reason why I don't post a whole lot of art content is because of an inconsistent schedule, and motivation is a huge part of it. But yeah, it's mostly work schedule. So I stream whenever. It's a good thing to follow me and have notifications turned on, so that way you are alerted of the next stream. On occasion, I will put, like, if I know I'm going to be streaming something one day, I will put it in my schedule on my Twitch page. So, yeah. Back to lips. Yeah, you can always make them thicker or thinner too, depending on where you put the lines. So if you want I'll do both. I'll do both, I would say extremes, but they aren't really extremes, are they? So if you want a thicker, like a juicy lip, I tend to draw thicker lips personally, and I think I'm just making up for it because I have very thin ones in real life. But you can do like, these are like Bratz style lips, I feel like. But you can change a couple of different things. You can make the... I'm trying to explain the best I can. But you can not only push the upper lip upwards and the bottom lip like downwards, but you can also make it more curved and out there more. I guess seeing it visually probably helps a lot of you, because I'm not the best at putting thoughts together. But you know, this is kind of an example of a really thick lip that I might do. And then the other alternative, which I kind of already did do. You can have really thin ones too. I want to buy artist trading cards, but I have no one to do it with. What is the artist trading cards thing? I've heard people talk about it, and I don't really know what it is, but it sounds super cute. Is it something kind of like where you have a mini print of sorts and you give it to other artists and you like trade other artists? Because honestly, I kind of do that with business cards. Anyway, yeah, there's like the thick versus the thin, and that's about all I do for my lips. Of course, you can always add, can I use this one? Yeah, that'll work. No, I want my mechanical pencil, because I like my mechanical one. I use the mechanical pencil and the design pencil most on Clip Studio, and they are default brushes, so if you get the program, then you will have them. For shine, I might just do basic stuff like this. Do I have stabilization on? I swear. And everyone gets some lip shine. Sometimes I play it up and I do these little like squiggly motions. But you get the gist. Alright, next we're going to move on to eyes and how I draw eyes. I'm just gonna draw one for now, but oh, have you used other digital apps for your art before, or have you always used Clip Studio Paint? Back in like 2013, I attempted to use Photoshop briefly. I had like a CD, and I only got to use it for maybe a week before my laptop and the CD was stolen because somebody robbed our house. I think that was 2012. And then I did try Paint Tool Sci like my first year of college, but I only did a couple of pieces with that, and I think I was drawing with a mouse at the time. So otherwise, Clip Studio Paint is the most recent one that I have used or attempted. And my first year of college, I was like 2014, so there was quite a big gap between my digital pieces. Alright, I don't remember what color I was using, but thank goodness Clip Studio Paint has this. I learned about that recently. Okay, so why am I so scared to draw an eye? I don't know. Basically, I draw a big ol' arch. It's bothering me that it doesn't look right. So I draw a big old arch like that, and then I draw my lower line. So I get this kind of like football-esque type of shape. Now again, if you're going for realism, this is not realism whatsoever. If you want realism, I highly recommend studying realism. But yeah, I do this like football style shape, and then I draw, this is how I represent a waterline on my characters, is I draw this lower line like directly underneath. It's just parallel with that bottom part of the eye. I don't know why I put elf ears on characters. Because they're super cute. Actually, my PNGTuber was meant to have elf ears, and I didn't realize until it was too late that I gave her normal ears, because my VTuber has elf ears, and yeah, it's whatever. I mean, She's still cute. I still really do like my PNGTuber, even though I somewhat rushed on her. I got her done really fast. Anyway, yeah, that's how I do that. Sometimes I will add like the little tear duct here, but most of the time I don't, so I'm not gonna include it here. In terms of my little wing, that is a staple in my art, I will draw just kind of straight out from that lid. I do this type of thing, and then I connect it down here. And then fill it all in. I keep going back to this line. I usually make it completely dark because I like my eyes to stand out on my characters. So every now and again I'll draw just lashes, and I will do a separate eye where I do just the lashes and not the like little eyeliner flick. But that's how I draw the eyeliner flick, and I'm gonna make the eyeliner a little bit thicker on the top. For me, it's a lot of back and forth and seeing what I like personally, and that's probably the best way to do it. Now for the lower lashes, I just do little flicks. If you have difficulty making these little flicks, they look better on my traditional pieces, I feel like, because I can get that like that shape, the taper better. I just haven't found a good brush digitally, or I can't figure out how to use this one to get that nice taper. But if you struggle drawing lashes, I highly recommend you just like press hard and lift up your pen or pencil or whatever you're using just gradually as you flick out. Like you're just doing flicking motions. Little flicking motions, and I recommend doing them in different directions because an eye is rounded, and if you draw lashes, they are going to kind of curve. You can see how they're more curved outwards on this side, but then as you enter the center, they're more straight, and then as you get to this side of the eye, I've started going more that direction. I go to the left, while over here I went to the right. So I recommend just practicing with your flicking. Lashes take practice just like everything else in art. So you can go from doing like, you know, lashes like this to curved. But yeah. As far as the upper or the like eyelid, I will often draw like this little thing. I didn't do it right. I try to make it more parallel. A little bit more parallel. Something more like that. Some characters don't have them. I pick and choose who I want to have the little crease. Because not everybody in real life has the crease, just like everybody has different nose shapes or lip shapes or whatever. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention with the nose. You can also widen the nostrils. So I'm going to just do a quick little... I know I haven't finished the eye yet, but I just want to do a thing. So you can make the nostrils super narrow, or you can widen them to give yourself different nose shapes. The other thing you can do is, not everybody has like a nose that looks like this. Sometimes it's more upturned, so you'll see the nostrils more, or like inside the nostrils more, or they will be more downturned, in which case you don't really see the nostrils and you see something more like this. So keep that in mind as well when you're drawing characters. And I can't believe I forgot to include that. This is, I kind of knew that live streaming this would be a little bit all over the place, so I think it's better for me to do live streams of how to draw things versus trying to gather my thoughts for a video, because I will miss things. Um, anyway, back to the lovely iris. So, of course, you have your iris, which is like a circle shape. You can move it around, so you can have them looking off to the side. You can have them looking the other way. You can have them like looking upwards. The one thing you want to remember is it's usually circular. I tend to freehand it and just do the best I can. That's mostly due to traditional means. There are stencils, and of course you can like trace over circular objects in real life, but I don't got time for that. So I usually do this, and if you've ever noticed on my characters, most of the time I have them looking off to the side. I don't really know why I do that. It's kind of a personal preference, but yeah. Draw the pupil. Just do a circle in there. And I'm gonna be honest, this look bothers me for some reason. I don't like the pupil just on its own, so usually what I do is I fill in the upper part of the eye. And I think I got this from anime. Because when I first started drawing, I was drawing in an anime art style. I was really inspired by Inuyasha in particular. Like, oh, I loved Inuyasha so much. I still do. Who am I kidding? But yeah, I'll include that dark part of the eye, and of course there's like a shadow in the whites. Oh, you know what? Let me fill this in real quick. So, we're gonna fill in the eye. Do some shadows. Remember that eyes are curved, so your shadows in the eyes will be curved as well. If you want to add detailing to your iris, you can add like these little lines. Some people add little like squiggles. If I feel extra, I might sometimes, but normally I don't. But yeah, keep that in mind. And another thing, again, I know I can't really show you how I color on stream, but for the whites of the eyes, they are never truly white, and your shine will show so much more if you make it just like an off color, like gray or blue. I tend to use more of blues or purples for my whites of the eyes. And then of course you also want to make sure you're adding in your shadows in there. I want mine to match the curve a little bit more. So then, when you go to add your white shine, it just pops a little bit more, and you can see it in the whites of the eyes, just like you could in real life. For me, I usually use a white pen or something, and I add my shines just randomly in the eye. I have no rhyme or reason to what I do. And oh, it would help if I actually use a color that I can shade with and not white. And you can add your shadows. Of course, it'll be darker in the crease. I always draw the highlights in the eye as the very last part of my drawing, and it just makes the whole thing come to life. I love, like, I usually wait till the end to do all of my highlights as well, because that's so fun. Like, that's the fun part. I'm done with all the hard stuff, and now I can just go in and add my highlights, and it adds extra detail. It makes it shiny looking. It's great. Yeah, that's essentially how I just draw an eye. adding some color around the eye for extra, you know. And look, it makes the whites look even more white now that you actually have some color around it. Okay. Now I'm going to do how I draw a head, and then we can kind of put all... No, I wanted to do one more eye drawing where I kind of show how I do the lashes. This one will be more simplified without the shading. But for that one, I'm going to change the eye shape a little bit. Just like with the lips and the noses, you can also change eye shapes. So this one's going to be a little bit more narrowed. You can make them more open, more closed, narrowed, non-narrowed. It's up to you. Just experiment. Try widening or shortening or lengthening the eye shapes. So once again, we have the lower lashes. Now in real life, they are not this evenly distributed. Once again, my art style. So yeah, I'm gonna draw the iris real quick just to kind of show that this is an eye. I'm gonna add a tear duct to this one. And then for... Oh my goodness, I spent so long just finalizing everything. Okay, so for the lashes, it's the same kind of idea where you're just following the curve of the eye. And personally, I get shorter closer to the tear duct. I keep the outer lashes longer, and I also like fill up the outer lashes a lot. I like them to be thick. Once again, I haven't really found a brush that tapers super well that I like, so this one doesn't taper very well. Thick lashes, very, very thick. I'm just adding a few darker ones in here just to break it up. And there we go. It's something. Okay, it's gonna bother me too much just leaving this. This is like if you have a blue eye. Just really, really basic stuff for this one. Okay, I think I know what I need to draw next, which is an eyebrow. And you know what? I'm gonna just kidnap this eye and we're gonna bring her down like this. So for my eyebrows, I do the same thing with the little teeny tiny hairs. Same type of idea with the eyebrows and the eyelashes. And the first thing that I like to do after I erase some of this, because this is getting in the way. Do I really need these? No, I already explained these to you. I'm gonna move you over. So, eyebrow shape. You can have you can have a more like arched brow. You could have a more like straight brow. This is just kind of like the base, by the way. This is where I usually draw just where I want my eyebrow shape to go or to be. Or for this one, it's just gonna be a gentle arch. And from that line, I just draw little hairs. Again, curving kind of out. You can see how I curve it. It's more straight up here, and then over here, it's kind of going sideways. Of course, you can add as many hairs as you want. Sometimes I add less than that, but that's how I draw a brow. You need more eyeliner. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. If there are any questions or any requests that you guys have in chat that you might want me to show you, definitely speak up. It's okay. You can ask. I'm not really sure about showing expressions as much because that's something I've started to experiment with recently. I still definitely struggle with getting emotions across. Because most of my pieces are just kind of one-off or meant to be like comforting or relaxing. I don't really do expressions because I don't really draw comics or anything. But I definitely do want to experiment more with expressions. So, now moving on to head shapes. So forehead, obviously, everybody always tells you, draw a circle. I'm kind of wild with mine. They usually end up looking like that. And, oh, should do some expression studies here, work through them a bit. I was thinking about doing some streams where I just practice some expressions or practice some things. I also want to do other art streams where I draw fan art. Like, if I ever can work on art full time, I would love to do like fan art Fridays where I just sit down and I draw some fan art stuff. Maybe 6 fan arts because I'm working on one of those right now. I still haven't drawn the last one and I still need to ink my 5th one, but I think those would be kind of fun to do on stream. Okay. So for the head, yeah, you draw your circle and then I draw a line down. And everybody, I feel like everyone learns this in school and elementary. The jaw is like an upside down house shape, right? But you want to curve it a bit, soften it a bit, because nobody has like super, super sharp edges. Nobody's like got corners here, you know what I mean? So soften it up. Gentle, like nice and gentle, rounded. And just off to the side here, I'm going to draw some other like facial shapes. You could have a face that's more, like even more rounded where they don't really have as much of a house shape going on. I find fan art is easy for viewers to connect to. That's true. Yes, I would connect to the live. That'd be so fun. Oh, so I'll consider it, but I don't know because I tend to. Well, what is today? Today's Friday. I literally could have done a fan art Friday thing today, but I usually work. That's my problem. Is because of my schedule. I don't know if I can do it. I don't have a consistent like Friday off type of schedule. I could request it, but I don't think that would go across very well. Yeah. Anyway, so You can obviously change facial shapes. You could elongate the face. You can, like, shorten faces. Oh, that's not really shortened. That's literally just smaller. Hang on, let me... Shorten. You could make the cheeks puff out a little bit more. There's all sorts of different things that you can do with faces. I kind of started doing it with the elongated face, but you can make more of a flat chin, more like of a boxy square type face shape. You know, you get the gist. You get what I'm going for here. Yeah, fan art definitely helps viewers interact. I'm sure you know. Yeah, I've noticed. Original art doesn't really do quite as well. You can also change the chin shape, which is something I never really do on my characters. I tend to keep them round or just like square, but you know, chins like this exist. Look at Nendo from Psyche K. My brother has a bit of like a divot in his chin, just like a small one. It's not super noticeable, but you know, different face shapes that you can play around with. For today's purposes, I'm just going to use this standard face shape that I tend to gravitate towards the most. And I am going to do a quick edit, copy, and paste. And move her down here. Actually, I should have done that with these too, because I could do different hairstyles. Oh, whatever. Can I? Actually, you know, I have a better idea. So, I'm gonna make two versions. I'm gonna do two versions of this face. One up there, one down here. Because I can do like bangs and no bangs. For next, I don't really know how to explain this, but you can change the thickness of them. That one might be a little bit too thin, actually. You want to make sure your necks, your necks can hold your head. At least with my art style, I make sure that the necks can actually handle holding my character's head. I know some people opt to have like the really skinny necks like this. I use that one in like my chibi style. I'll draw really skinny necks. It just depends on art style. But for me personally, I tend to draw my necks more realistically. You can also widen the neck. Because some people have thicker necks. Look at Markiplier. He got a thick neck. It's fine. Representation, you know. So we'll do just both of those. Luisa, yeah, Luisa has a thicker neck in Encanto. I mean, muscle's a huge part of it. Like, if you're a more muscular individual, you might have a thicker neck. Swole, yes. Swole. Okay. So, now I'm just gonna do, before I get into hair, I want to show a quick rundown. No, I shouldn't say quick. I'll do it as quick as I can. But I want to give a rundown of how I place my features on my faces. Again, I'm gonna keep repeating myself, but again, this is not realistic. My art style is very much cartoony, so the spacing is not 100% accurate. Please do not use this as a way to say like, oh, well, this artist does it this way, so it has to be realistic. No. If you want more realism or more realistic proportioned character, I recommend looking up realistic tutorials or referencing realistic photos. This is just for those of you who want to learn how to draw in my art style. What should I draw? You should continue your cute cryptid girl series. So to start out, I have my like circle, I've got my head shape, I have my line down the center. I always draw the nose first, and I usually put it right around here on the circle. Don't entirely know why, it's just kind of the most center part of the face for me. And then I draw my nose features. I am terrified to flip this. Oh, yeah. This face is not going to be symmetrical. That's okay. You know what? We shouldn't even worry too much about symmetry because most people do not have a symmetrical face anyway. Might be because of how we sleep, how we grew up. Some people do have larger eyes, and my left eye is larger than my right eye. It happens. People are not symmetrical. Don't worry about it. Some people have 2 different eye shapes. Yeah, I'll do that, but I need content for Instagram in the meantime. Draw... Shoot, I don't know. What should you draw? Didn't you say you were gonna do something like with mine, Comets, and someone else's characters? I don't know if you're working on that still or what that's all about, but maybe that? Okay, next, eyes. You know, I'm gonna go to a different... Jeez, I'm already on a different layer. I'm gonna combine that one. So I'm going to draw these on a different layer so I can show you something real quick. When it comes to drawing eyes, I always draw them both at the same time, rather than completely drawing one eye and then going and drawing the other one after it's already been shaded, because I've noticed that I've been able to get better symmetry this way. For the most part. It's not always perfect, but... Oh. Nah, I'm just gonna leave that where it is. Oh yeah, I gotta do that too. Yeah, you should do that. So, I can already tell you it's... actually, it's not too bad. I mean, it's not great, but... whatever. Yeah. So, drawing both eyes at the same time, I always recommend this to people. It just... It's like your hand already has done the motion once, so it's easier for it to replicate it again the second time. Right after you do it. And then I'm drawing the eyes off to the side just because that's what I tend to do. I think the other reason why is because it gives me less pressure to make it look more symmetrical or the eyes looking the same way in the center. I do occasionally do it. It's just, this is how I prefer to draw my eyes. Add the little details at the bottom. Oh, eyeliner flick. And I've honestly started using the whole drawing things at the same time in real life too. Like if you draw the upper lid here, you draw it on the other side. I've been... Oh! Danny. That scared me. I thought somebody was knocking on my window. Anyway. I've started using this type of idea in real life as well with my eyeliner. I will draw one side of my eyeliner, like I'll do this little line up here, and then I'll draw it on the other side too. I've started using it in real life. It works on multiple things. Yeah, it was quite unsettling. Eyebrows. I'm doing mostly neutral expressions again because expressions is something I actually really need to work on. So maybe at some point once I start getting more comfortable with expressions, I can do a stream all about expressions. Baco redeemed hydrate. I shall hydrate. Okay. So the whole reason why I drew these eyes on a separate layer is because if you heighten the eyes, characters tend to look a little bit older. If you lower the eyes, they tend to look a little bit younger. Let me draw the mouth real quick and maybe it'll make it look a little bit more obvious. I figured out a way of drawing hands and I'm so happy that now I can draw them without too much problem. That's something I need to work on too. Like I can draw hands, I usually reference my own, but it doesn't always work out well. Okay. Follow these eyes. And why do I sketch in purple? I don't know. It's just my favorite color to sketch in. Gonna do a little bit of cleanup. I forgot I can actually erase over these eyes real easy. I don't want to erase my circle entirely. I can't erase the nose quite as easy because I drew it on this layer, but that's essentially how I draw a face, or put everything together. And now for the eyes. You can see how the character looks a little bit older here, but if I raise it down and maybe make the eyes a little bit bigger, they look younger. If I go all the way up, well then it's just unnatural. I think for the purpose of this drawing, I'll keep them about here. And as far as ear, oh, that might be too high still. This eye is also quite a bit smaller. This is the other reason why I really love digital art, is because it's so much easier just to go back and correct things. Do I notice it in real life, like on traditional works? Yes. Does it take longer to correct? Also yes. So just subtle eye bigger thing. Oh, hello, Jaqueen. Welcome back. Welcome. Glad to see you again. I can draw a urinal really well. I believe it. Honestly, I believe it. I sketch in blue or red depending on the mood. I just tend to purple's a good compromise. It's a little bit of between. Oh. No! No! I'm gonna have to do the thing! Okay, well... Oh wait, it didn't even update my... Oh yeah, it did. Oh no! I'm gonna have to do a horror stream! I gotta support the homies. Thank you! Thank you. Thank you, Danny. But now I have to do a horror stream. I don't know when I'm gonna do that. I have to talk. I'm gonna have to get you, Threadwing, and Kara all into a chat together. To figure out when we can do that. Oh no, I'm gonna have to play fast. I have to download it now. Also, DeQueen, you got a subscription. Congrats. 100 bits. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, the corgis. I always get so thrown off guard when I get like subscriptions or bits or anything. Anything that happens in the chat, I'm like, maybe I'll get used to it over time. I don't know. Sorry, but what are you drawing today? Today I've been doing a how I draw in my style stream. So far I've done like how I draw a nose. This was like an example for multiple different nose shapes. So it's just kind of on its own. I have different lips and lip shapes. I have eyes. The standard way I usually draw eyes versus the ones that I do with like eyelashes. Then I went to do head shapes. Now I just showed how I place different features on the face. And I'm about to do ears. The ear placement. Because most people have ears. I know that some people have lost, like I've seen some who have lost them during an accident or whatever, so, or like birth defect. But you know what I mean. Like, I'm just gonna show how to draw ears. So for me, I tend to draw them right around like the bottom part of the ears are right around the nostrils. And then the upper part of the ear like is right underneath the eyebrows. Of course, some ears might be larger or smaller. You can change the ear size at will. Some people might have them go out more like this, while others will have them a little bit closer to the head. I've drawn both different styles because I find the ear sticking out to be really cute. So it varies. Can you do... Oh wait, can you do hair? Yeah, I'm gonna be doing hair. So for today's purposes, I'm just gonna do this type of ear. But I always go between the nose and the eyebrows. And it's okay if one ear, like, again, symmetry is not a huge deal because most people in real life are not symmetrical anyway. So, just one face. And just because it's something I like to do, I always add shadow underneath my characters' chins. You don't have to do this, it's just personal preference. As far as the inner part of the ear, I do this little like, I guess it's like a hook shape. And this is supposed to represent like one of the I don't know, it's there's a part on my ear that I can feel, that I can, and it has this kind of thing going on. I don't really know, again, how to describe it. Descriptions are not my best thing. This is supposed to represent like the innermost part of the ear. And this is just like, there's a little bone that I can also feel on my ear. The tragus? Is that what that part is called? I've never actually looked up the anatomy of an ear. So and just for funsies, let's give earrings. Hee. Maybe a couple of fun ones up here too. I like drawing earrings. I've been really obsessed with adding details to ears lately. Piercings are usually named after the anatomy they sit on, so I know a lot about it. Oh, that makes sense. I don't have any piercings because the only piercings I've ever had have torn out of my ears. So, yeah. I never went back to get other ones. Gonna combine that down, and let's add a face to this character real quick. I'm gonna make them look a little bit different. Let's give maybe a wider nose, maybe less upturned. How upturned were you? You were somewhat upturned. Not very upturned though. And I'm just gonna go through this one really quickly. You can just kind of watch how I go about drawing this character, I guess. I can't believe I'm gonna have to play Phasmophobia on stream now. I am going to cry. I am legitimately going to cry. So, if you are watching this stream on YouTube, because I plan to post it to YouTube after this, you can check my schedule on Twitch. Once we figure it out, it'll show up. I will also post alerts ahead of time if you want to come to the Phasmophobia stream and watch me scream and cry and probably pee my pants. It'll be great. You can clip all of the screams and startles if you want to. Oh no. Yeah, I see you laughing in chat. Don't laugh. I'll try to hold it together. I'll try, but I can't make any promises. I'll be like sitting there shaking probably. When is going to be your next stream? I do not know yet. That's what we need to figure out, because the next one is going to be the Phasmophobia stream. I can already tell I have these eyes like way off. This is what happens when you start drawing them a little bit separately. I started drawing the one a little bit separate. Yeah, I need to sit down with my friends and figure it out because we all have like different schedules going on. Maybe Tuesday, maybe Monday or Tuesday, depends. I don't know what time you'd be off on Monday, Danny, if you're even in chat still. But I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But the thing is, I'm going to a concert on Sunday, so I won't be home till later that day. What? Why are you doing that? Wait, why am I doing what? Phasmophobia? A horror game? Oh my goodness, I can't get these eyes to go right. Because I hit my sub goal, and I promised that once I hit it, I was gonna play a horror game. Because people like to see other people scared out of their mind. And my friends hate me. Not really, they love me. I told myself I would do it if I hit the goal. I made the nose potentially too big. I don't know. I might adjust this face. Oh no, I know, right? I'm gonna get so scared. Kara's gonna love it though. So, oh my gosh, that's gonna get so confusing because you have Sarah, Kara, and Kara. And Danny. Danny's obviously the hardest name to remember. So, Kara, Kara, Sarah. Should be great. Should be a great time. I think we're gonna have to refer to other Kara as Mal during the stream. And I'm just gonna refer to you as Threadwing, because I always refer to you as Threadwing anyway. Once I get this character's face done, I'm going to do hair. I feel like I did like. I made that a little bit too big. Maybe not, but if you live close to your friends, maybe you can do it all together. We're gonna be doing it on a video call, or not like a video call, but a voice channel on Discord. Because yeah, we don't all live close to each other. Actually, we all live in different areas. So Kara lives in one portion of Ohio, but that's 2 hours away from where Danny lives, and then I live in Michigan, and then Threadwing is, yeah, like she said, all the way across the country. Okay, I don't like those brows. Those brows make her look very surprised. I'm gonna lower them. And because I like beauty marks, we're gonna add a little beauty mark. Maybe a little bit smaller. Well, actually, we probably won't be on a voice call because Phasmophobia has the walkies, doesn't it? I mean, we will be, but we'll probably be muted. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming Phasmophobia here on Twitch. And it'll probably be a night stream, so later at night. Yeah, proximity chat as well. Oh no. Where's her forehead? I lost her forehead. Actually, does she have a forehead? She doesn't really have a forehead. You want to make sure your characters have foreheads. Yeah, make sure your characters have foreheads. I'm about to give them their new foreheads. They're having surgery, okay? Yeah. Forehead surgery. Ah, yes. There we go. Can do a little turn. I haven't even used the turning thing. Sorry, but what time is it now in USA? It varies. So for me, it is 2:22. But for some, it might still be like 11:22. All right. They have brand new foreheads. Because that is going to be very important for hair. And you know what? I'm gonna give her some lovely earrings as well. Because it's not fair that one gets earrings and the other does not. So. Oh man, I was right, like spot on with your time, Threadwing. Okay. Cute, cute. Maybe an extra earring for you there. I love drawing earrings. You know, they're both getting the same piercings. It's just one has moons, the other one has suns. Or not suns, stars. Okay. Now moving on to hair. And I'm going to draw other hairstyles, don't get me wrong. I'm just showing how I do bangs and no bangs for now. So, on this character, I'm going to draw bangs. Normally for bangs, I choose a starting point. So for me, it's going to be up here. And I draw based on that starting point. Now, you also want to make sure your bangs follow the curve of the head. So as you can see, it's curving this way, while this side is going to curve this way. And yeah, that's how I draw bangs. Alternatively, you can also draw a different style of bangs. I'm going to do no bangs for her, but you can draw a different type where it's like wavy. You can have wavy bangs or curly bangs. And it's like the same type of idea. You still want to curve outwards. It's just not quite as noticeable for the style of bangs. Actually, you know what? I think I might give her the bangs. Kind of digging it. And then I'll give the other girl, like, no bangs. I like the bangs on both. I really like bangs. I don't know what to tell y'all. So yeah, that's essentially how I draw bangs. You can also have some pieces that go, you know, further down. Maybe covering the ear a little bit. Like so. Now, for this gal, we're gonna get rid of her bangs. She's going back to being bald momentarily. But you know, that's fine. She can rock a shaved head look. That's something that I almost never do. Which I probably should include more shaved heads in my art. But I like drawing hair a lot. So I kind of get distracted by drawing hair. Now, I should have probably shown it with this girl instead, because I gave this one more black features because I wanted to give her potentially like black hairstyle. I'm gonna try to do my best explaining how I like draw different hairstyles, but yeah. This one, if I were to ever do edges, I just want to do a really quick show of how I would do that. Basically the hairline, you know, hairline like that. For me, I just draw edges like cute little swirls. Like so. That's how I normally do edges. Now, I'm not giving her edges because she wasn't meant to be my black character. The one down here is my black character. So real quick to make that a little bit more obvious. She reminds me of Helly. Like, unintentionally. For those who don't know who Helly is, she's one of my original characters. There. I think that'll get the point across enough. So for non-bangs, I should have just gotten rid of the hairline after all. I'm gonna draw it back in. I'm just gonna make it a little bit more clean. So I start off with a hairline, and normally I just do little squiggles. I don't like my hairline to be too noticeable because I usually cover that up anyway. But you can obviously change the shape of the hairline. You might have, I'm going to use one of these heads as an example. You might have a hairline that's more, you know, like that. You might have one that's more like that. Maybe it's like streamed. I don't know. That one probably isn't realistic. I don't know. You might have one that's more that. Different hairlines exist. Experiment, as always. In this case, I'm just doing a very subtle little hairline there. Now, when it comes to drawing no bangs, for me, make sure I have my part. We're doing a middle part because that's what's in fashion. And you just kind of draw the hair, again, curving out from wherever your part is. So in this case, I have it like curving out from there. There's a little bit of volume to hair, so going to erase the parts that's underneath the hair. Stylistic choice. Some people prefer to have their eyes seen over the hair. For me, I usually don't. Well, it depends. I might show the eyeliner, but that's about it. Over here, we're gonna just tuck this hair behind this ear. Now, for the hairline, if you have any of the hairline showing, you can show the hairs going up and like curving. I am struggling trying to explain how I do this. I'm hoping that at least showing you what I'm doing is enough and my explanations won't really be as important. But yeah, you want to make sure there's some volume to the hair. So when you do bring it up from the part, you want to make sure it's curving, you know, upwards a little bit. Not too much, because obviously you don't want it. I mean, I guess it depends. But for this hairstyle, not too much. If you're drawing a fluffier hairstyle, then yes, it would be a lot fluffier. You want to make sure you have those pieces in the back that indicate that there's hair back there, you know? Have you tried the Mickey Mouse hairline? That's the one I have, and it's lots of fun to draw, really. I don't know that I have. I might have. I mean, I've drawn so many pieces in my life that it's... Hello, Sarah. Welcome to the stream. Not Third Wing, the other Sarah. Hello. Right now I'm going over how to draw hair, and I just was kind of showing how I go about drawing no bangs. I've already shown how to draw bangs too, so I did like the wavier bangs and I did straight bangs too. I've already gotten rid of hers, but this is going to be posted to YouTube so people can watch later. Hair is my favorite thing to draw. Me too! I love drawing hair so much. But, yeah. I didn't turn on, I don't have, whatchamacallit? Stabilization. I don't have that on right now, but that's okay. It's just sketchies. So for her hairstyle, I'm just gonna probably do two little pigtails. This is going to be my hair tie, just because I like those fluffy hair ties. That's usually how I draw my hair ties, if you haven't noticed. Hair's probably my favorite thing to sketch, but my least favorite thing to render. For me, it's like, I love inking it, but I also don't love inking it, because it takes forever. She's got a very slicked back hairstyle. And, you know, that's fine. Oh! I don't know what that was. Ah, thank you for following, Sarah. My next stream is going to be a Phasmophobia horror stream because my friends like to torture me. And we hit the sub goals, so... Should be fun. Her hair was straight, now it's going to be wavy to finish off these pigtails. And I usually like... Oh, meow! That's fair, I do like to torture. Yeah, I know you do. I like that we hit it as soon as you posted it. This is why I was initially going to do 15 subs rather than 10. Do streams save on Twitch? Yes, they do. Also for hair, I always like doing these loose strands, like so. Let me draw her other pigtails over here. She's got very slicked back hair. But you know, I'm kind of liking it because it's not... This is a hairstyle that I actually don't typically draw, so... It's kind of funny that it's happening on stream. A couple loose strands for going tucked behind her ears. Maybe a loose strand up here. Maybe a little bit more fluffiness at the side. I feel like I want the hair to be a little bit more fluffed. for me personally, I do a lot of back and forth. Like, once it gets to a point that I like it, that's where I, like, when I'm happy with it. There's a couple things I'm adjusting here, so it's not entirely straightforward, which is, again, why I don't typically do tutorials, because it's not always straightforward. They say for a few days, but Kara will uploading this one to her YouTube. Yep, I'll be posting it on YouTube. I already have been following you on YouTube for a long time. I love your videos. Well, thank you. Thank you for supporting me for so long. And thank you for stopping into my Twitch stream. It means a lot. It's always nice to see people who come over from, like, other platforms. Okay. I'm gonna move for the sake of space. I haven't decided what type of hairstyle I want this gal to have. I'll show how I draw braids and everything. It's just gonna be separately. I guess real quick I can show how I draw, like, or how I connect things. I don't know. Oh! Thank you, Winter, for following. Now I recognize your name. Yeah, I can show how I connect braids and stuff to hair, but I'm gonna just first do probably just a kind of like cute little bob on this gal. Hi, I made it. You did. Hello. I don't like how my voice sounded there. I'm sorry. It sounded very sarcastic. I am genuinely excited. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. We've already covered a lot today, but it's going to be posted on YouTube, so anything that you missed here you can see on YouTube later. So for this girl, I'm going to go with like a short wavy bob, or more like fluffy hair. So again, you want to make sure you give some volume to the hair. In this case, since her hair is fluffier and thicker, she has much more volume. And of course, you can play with the shape. And again, this is just how I go about drawing things. I know I keep repeating that, but just in case anybody skips on YouTube, I want them to be aware. This is just how I personally do it. Oop. The first one is so cute. Thank you. I'm regretting this. I'm not liking this hairstyle on her. I'm changing my mind. It isn't like a valid hairstyle, so some people might have more of a hairstyle like this, and that's totally chill. I'm just not feeling it for this girl. I think instead, because I'm not going to be doing an upwards do, and I've kind of already shown how you can do a downwards one. Let's show how I do an upwards one. So we're going to give her some cute little space buns, because space buns are like my favorite thing to draw. In this case, I'm going to keep her hair textured rather than slicking it back. If she had straight hair, I would just do straight streaks like this, but since her hair is not straight, I'm being wary and cautious and making sure I make the strands leading to the buns wavy as well. I've drawn this type of hair before for a Christmassy piece. Hang on, I'm not liking that. The thing you'll want to consider is like hair is being pulled from different parts of the skull, so it's gonna go up to about here. So just keep that in mind for the direction. Whatever way, like whatever location your little buns are, that's where the hair is going to travel to, and it's going to curve based on where it's being pulled to. Just keeping the buns there because I think it'll be easier for me to see and for you to visualize. When it comes to these buns, I don't know that I draw them right, but I kind of do some strands going this way and then some going this way, and then I just kind of curve it all into each other. And that's normally how I draw a bun. And I'm doing the same thing with this one, it's just making the hair wavy instead. She reminded me of Tiana from Princess and the Frog. She could, yeah. I do draw in a very Disney-esque style sometimes, I've been told. And that's, like, unintentional. It's just kind of what happened with my art style over time, I guess. Alright. And you can see how I'm curving the lines around to make it look like a curved bun. So some lines are going this way, others are going this way. Well, Disney style is cute, so yeah, it is. I've been playing the Disney Dreamlight game like more since stream yesterday. I decided I probably won't be streaming it because it is kind of a slower game and maybe not quite as entertaining to watch on stream. And I've just kind of been enjoying doing it on my own. Now I'm going to draw a couple of loose strands down here. You know, the strands that are shorter and break off or like don't get picked up into, like, everybody has this. Like if you have your hair up in a ponytail, you might have some shorter strands that just don't make it in. That's what I'm adding down here, kind of indicating that. And I'm also going to draw, maybe not there, but like here, I'm going to draw some loose strands that maybe didn't quite make it into the bun. We don't need entertainment, we need pictures of Spider-Man. No. No Spider-Man for you. You're making me play a horror game, is that not enough? Do you like a Hoo-Hoo or Copic markers better? I like Copics more so because they have a wider range of colors and more earthy colors that I prefer in my work. I prefer their skin colors as well. And they have different attachments and stuff. Now, a Hoo-Hoo is really good. I do enjoy a Hoo-Hoo markers. It's just, there's some things that I just prefer with Copic. Mostly the colors. What's your favorite Disney movie? I mean, I guess Marvel's a part of Disney now, right? So Guardians of the Galaxy would technically count. I do love Guardians of the Galaxy. I've watched that film, like, I don't know, 20-something times. I mean, I was obsessed with it back in 2014 when it came out. So I watched it a lot. I saw it like 6 times in theaters. I don't know how, but I don't like brush nib. What? Yeah, see, I love the brush nib. My goal in life is to one day be able to afford Copic markers. They are expensive. I'm gonna be honest. I'm lucky that I started finding them pretty early on. Because when I was younger, when I was first getting into them, it was like 2012. It was like a decade ago. And I found a set of, I don't remember how many it was. It was, I think, a set of 75 markers on eBay for like $100. 75 Copics for $100. That is unheard of. And the other thing that really helped, like, I mean, eBay, yes, that's great. I also found like some at garage sales. I use coupons a lot to get my Copics. So Blick Art Materials, I don't know if you are in the United States, but Blick Art Materials is where I would recommend going to get Copics, because they sell like 6 for $30. So closer to about $6 a marker. Maybe it's gone up since I last bought them. I haven't bought Copics in a long while because I have other markers. But when I was buying Copics, I was going to Blick usually. She is so cute. She is so pretty. Like, they're both really pretty. I think adding the shadows and stuff to her. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, I'm thinking of buying Art X Oros markers because I got that one from your videos and they're pretty affordable. Yeah, they are really good too. When I finally go to color my 6 fan arts piece, those are probably the markers I'm going to wind up using to color those characters. Because they're the most accessible ones to me right now. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick save. I don't know why, because this is just a tutorial thing, but I don't know, maybe I'll turn this girl into something. I'll see. I'm having a quick drink of water too because my throat was hurting. And because I can, I'm going to do this as well with my little character in chat. So, for those who haven't noticed, there are little like stream avatars and you can play around with them. And you can use different commands. There's like !attack and then you just at the person you want to attack. Or you can hug them. You can do !jump. All sorts of cute little things. Just a cute little fun way to interact with the stream when you're just sitting there, you know. I can also do this. I'll plop down some stars for people to enjoy and jump and catch. I can also pick some people up. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. Okay. I needed a little break from drawing. We're getting back to it. We're getting back. So now I'm going to show how I tend to represent like locks or braids or whatever. Why? Because you're making me play a horror game. Anyway. I'm gonna show quickly how I draw a braid. Maybe I'll kidnap one of these heads here. Let me kidnap this head. Gonna keep it a little bit smaller because this one's just kind of an off thing. You don't like horror games? I'm terrified of things. Like, I don't mind watching other people play horror games, but as soon as you make me play a horror game, it's not fun anymore. I am terrified. Like, I get scared very easily. And even when I do watch people play horror games, like I watch Markiplier all the time, but I usually hide in the comments if something seems too scary, or I focus on my phone and I'll play like a little game on my phone, and then when I hear like Markiplier scream, I look up and I'm like so yeah, you guys are about to have a fun time watching me get scared on stream. Alright, braids. So starting out braids or locks, I know they're two different things. I'm gonna show both because I kind of draw both of them the same way. So usually I do shapes kind of like this, just like a long noodly shape. And I'll like make them change a little bit, you know. I don't really know how to describe where they're coming from exactly. It's just like they're tucked one behind the other type of thing, or some people have said they kind of like split up, so you might have like a square here that one comes out of, another square, etc. Did I say etc? Etc. I think it's etc. But yeah, I just kind of show that there's some tucked behind others, and I just draw separate little noodly shapes. Once I have these shapes down, I kind of add these little like zigzags in the hair. And this hairstyle takes a long time to draw, but I feel like it's pretty worth it. Are you gonna do hands? I don't know, because I really don't draw hands very well, but I can show how I try to draw hands. Yeah. So next I go and I'm just like adding from one of the, you can see from this one, I'm adding a little curved line. You see what I'm doing here? It's like a little curved line connecting to the upper one. And I just do that all the way down. It's a very lengthy process, but it's so worth it. I shall hydrate. I'm also realizing that I kind of made them a bit small to add my details, but I can probably make my brush smaller. Just show you a quick way of how I usually add details to these. The next ones are going the other way, so they're connecting from this line going this way and attaching up here. And this is the same technique I use for like whiter braids with like white hair and other things. It's just usually for white hair I might add like, you know, a little tuff at the bottom. In this case, for these ones, I do not. You can make the braids thinner and add like beads or decor, like decoration jewelry to them, because I've seen beads worn in braids as well. So yeah. that's how it looks when it's actually fully done. Let me just do... I'm gonna try to get these ones all done so you can kind of get the full effect. Going even quicker. I'm in like speed run mode. Heck yeah. Making the ear a little bit more obvious. I tucked one behind the ear. Sorry to say that, but I don't really like this hairstyle. Sorry. It's, I guess, personal preference. I really find braids super cute. They're pretty. So yeah, like I said, it's a lengthy thing to do, but the final result I feel is quite worth it. I love braids. I wish I could get them. What happened? Why is it lighter? Sometimes I'll go back in and I'll like thicken up the lines on the like frontward most ones so they kind of stand out a little bit more as individual strands, or just like all of them. I guess I kind of just make them a little bit more obvious. It's really rainy right now where I live, and the sound of the rain clattering on the roof is just magical. Oh, I kind of wish it would rain here. It hasn't rained in a while. Almost done. I just have to do a couple more strands on the other side. And with this type of hairstyle, more often than not, they usually have edges. So I'm going to add edges. I don't know why my throat's bothering me so much because I've been drinking water. Have you ever been to Disneyland? No. I would love to be able to go someday. It's just, it's not in my budget. It's sort of like I've been wanting an iPad for like 5 years, but it is not in my budget. I'm gonna be honest, I mentioned like locks and braids earlier. I don't entirely know the difference. That's something I definitely need to look up and research myself, so that way I know. Like I just pretty much draw braids, but occasionally I'll draw hair that looks more like kind of twisted together a little bit more like that. I've drawn hair like that as well. I don't know if that would be considered a lock. I truthfully don't know. So if anybody sees this on YouTube and you can like let me know what the difference is, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm going to try and search it up myself after the stream. So if I remember, my memory's not the greatest. So I've been really enjoying like drawing braids in particular lately. I drew a character on my doodle board that I have at work. I have a little piece of cardboard that I like to doodle and draw characters on. And that character has braids like this. Braids are tighter than locks, are they? I don't know. I guess that would kind of make sense. So yeah, that's more or less what it looks like when I draw this hairstyle. And I always add little edges, which I'm glad I actually get to draw them for this character because couldn't draw them earlier. No, not that shadow. I need no, locks are a permanent hairstyle. Once you have them, the only way to get rid of them is cutting them off. It's really? Okay, I really want to look into this after the stream because I'm curious. And there we are. That's how I draw braids. Why am I liking some of my doodles so much? It's so cute. The pink is just so perfect. It makes it look so soft, right? So obviously, if you want to draw like, you know, two braids, like I have two braids on right now, just like either side, like pigtail braids. Because it's been kind of a protective hairstyle for me personally, is wearing them in just two little braids to either side. Standard braids for a white person. You know what I mean. So the way that I usually do those is, let me try doing this. So I can show you with this one. I'm not erasing her hair, it's just I'm coloring over it, so I can do that. But for like looser braids, you can also draw like little hearts, or kind of like hearts. And you'll get a very similar effect. Apparently I can't decide on how I want to draw braids. So those will look more like this. And this is how I add my little details. My other one was a little bit too small to add, like to show the details. But when I draw braids, I usually have the lines following the curve of these little, like, you know, my sections. I draw in sections and then I add the details. Like so. Why does it have to take me so long to draw? I swear. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. How long have I been streaming already? 2 hours. Just seen your TikTok too. Or just seen your TikTok, so glad I made it to watch. Yeah, you've already missed a lot, but that's okay. So, I want to let you know, because you are later to the stream, I am going to be posting this to YouTube later. So, people can get the full rundown, because I've already covered noses, lips, eyes, eyebrows, face shapes. How I put, like, facial features on the face. I've covered a lot of hairstyles. I'm just realizing how one of those braids is a lot smaller than the other one, or tighter. That's okay. This one's kind of like a one-off thing. Oh, thank you for following. Oh, awesome. Same name on YouTube. On YouTube, I don't think I have the underscore, but yeah, it's Creative Kara. Just no underscore. I'm pretty sure. I need to add that. Do I have that as a command? I don't think I do. Oh my gosh, I gasped and I like swallowed some of my spit. I do. So you can just click that link and it'll take you to my YouTube. But yeah, that's how I draw braids. And of course you can also add the little like loose strands coming out of said braids. And there we go. Now we have both versions, so she can have braids or she can have little pigtails. Either one. We'll keep the braids for now because she had the other one for a while. Oh my gosh, you don't. Wait, what? Do I not have a link? Wait, I don't know. I had the little command, so the command should take people to the YouTube. The big braids look so cozy. I know. I wish my braids could get that thick, but I have really thin and fine hair in real life. So mine don't really have very much volume. I've tried that technique of like, after you braid, you pull it apart, or like, not pull it apart, but you know, you pull or tug on the, you know, the braid and like make it fluffier. It doesn't really work for me. Can I steal your ideas to draw something like that? Yeah, you can. I don't mind. This is a how-to stream, so you can just like use whatever I'm telling you and you can create your own characters if you want. That'd be really cool to see. Oh. How do I get those cute... Wait. How do you get those cute characters on your screen? So that is Stream Avatars, and it is a thing, like a program through Steam. And I'm still trying to learn the program personally. But I followed a mini tutorial video on how to at least get them walking around and doing stuff. But the characters, yeah, they're very cute. But yeah, it's Stream Avatars. You could probably Google it and find information about the program. There's all sorts of different things you can use. Like some people have little slimes. I've seen frogs, I believe. And yeah, I'm using Clip Studio. Up here it shows like Clip Studio. Oh goodness, I accidentally. I don't know if you saw that. It'll be interesting to see if you guys see that happen on stream. Hello, Lulu. Welcome. I don't know if you're like if people can. Yeah, it did do the little crazy thing on stream. I don't know if people can see you talking though, because you have like a little. Oh, it says listening only. Okay. I was confused by that. Alright, what do we want to see next? I'm trying to avoid anatomy because I'm not very good at anatomy and I really don't really want to show anatomy, but I can at least do a basic thing on how I kind of go about doing anatomy, I guess. So, first off, we'll just draw a little, like, I don't know, a little head here. You get the idea. Little head. Gonna make him shorter, or her shorter in this case, because I don't draw guys. And once I have that, this is kind of what I do for the torso. Oh, I could do different, I forgot I could do like head turns and stuff. So I need to show that too. Danny, stop attacking me. So for the body, I kind of do 2 circles and then I attach them like so. You can change the body types. Like you can bring these 2 circles closer together. You can kind of widen that hourglass shape if you want. You can keep a very minimal like curve to the body. You can make it very flat up here. You could go wider for the body, like for the bottom part. Or they're very bottom heavy. You can just, you know, play around with the proportions a little bit. Have fun with your torsos. For the thicker body, you might even have like a bit of curve. For a belly. And then like the hips would be here or something. So that's kind of how I go about drawing my thicker characters. Belly button right about there. But yeah. I'm not the best at explaining anatomy. I am going to recommend somebody. This is just kind of how I go about it. Of course, you need a neck. I draw little circles for my shoulder joints. Elbows usually are about right here where the curve of the torso is. Usually. And then the hands tend to be down like right under where pockets on pants would be. So if you have a character with like pockets, the hand would be right about there. And yeah, that's just... This is the hand, by the way. This is like these little rectangles. That's what I'm using to represent the hands. And then for the legs, I don't really know how to describe it, but the inner part I usually kind of make somewhat straight. And the outer part is curved. You've got like knees, of course, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. I'm not drawing feet on the stream, so don't expect me to draw feet. I will draw 2 little rectangles to represent feet. And do a poor job at it. They've got like that bowing effect going on with their legs. My bad. They've got some mega bowing going on. But you get the basic idea. You get the idea of kind of how I draw bodies. However, I'm going to recommend this YouTuber to you guys because I'm not very good with the whole body explanation thing. Miss Carrie J on YouTube. Been around for many years and she has not posted in several years. However, she has an incredible like breakdown anatomy series and I highly recommend going and checking her out, because pretty much everything that I know is what she has shown me. I just don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to explain it. And I also still just mess up so much on anatomy that it takes a lot for me to get something that looks right. So for anatomy, tutorials, Miss Carrie J, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Love her. When I had a face cam, someone once asked me if I did yoga and if I could show how far I could flex my feet. No! I am so sorry you experienced that. I remember one of my first drawing streams. I think I was drawing a Minecraft, like, mob as a human or as a cute girl. Somebody came in and they were asking me to draw, like, a character sitting on the ground and their feet were, like, really close to the camera or something. And I just, oh, no, absolutely not. I'm gonna move this gal over so I can, oh. Okay, now I'm gonna move this gal over. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Like, some people are gross, and I feel so sorry for you, Threadwing. I'm so sorry you did that. Or, you didn't do it, but, you know, I'm sorry you went through it. That's what I meant to say. Because I totally didn't show how to draw different views of the face, I'm gonna go over... I'm not gonna draw hair or anything. I mean, I can give a basic idea of how to draw hair on a quarter view face, but basically, my pen messed up. There we go. So, for quarter view faces, which is what I draw the most, this is how I go about doing it. So, do the circle, and then you do the, like, kind of half house shape. And then this side, it's just elongated. So you have a longer side than this. I don't really know how to explain this part, but I'm doing the best I can. Adjust that line because I kind of messed it up. And this is where I usually, like, elongate my circle because heads are not circular all the way around. Like, they have, like, this type of shape going on. So, to replicate that, I kind of elongate the head and make it more ovular up here. And then that part will, like, later connect to the neck. For the nose, because that's the first thing I draw, now it's turned to the side, so all you're gonna see is, like, a point? Or not a point, but, you know, it's just turned this way, so you make this kind of, like, elongated triangle shape. Then you add your, like, nostril, and there you go. That's how I do my noses at quarter views. You can obviously change the shape of said nose. Well, she lost her pigtails. I just realized I combined that layer, so she doesn't have her pigtails anymore. Oh, well, whatever. It's fine. She has braids now. It's permanent braids. Okay. I am going to do this, though, so you can see a different nose shape. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this one. So for different nose shapes, you could have the point, add a bump. You could do something like that. You can make the nose go much more inwards. You could have a subtle hump. Wait. What? Oh, you just... I hope you saved your own art. Yeah, I did. It took me a minute to understand what you meant. But, yeah, you can just, like, play around with the nose shapes from a quarter view. In this case, I'm just doing this one because it's the first one I drew. Now, when it comes to drawing mouths, one side it's going to be quite a bit shorter because it's shortened on this side. I don't like how high up that one is. Why was there a star with a jump on it? That's the stream avatar thing. You can earn points. You can drop bombs too, by the way. So you could just do the same thing as like the jump exclamation mark thing. You could do it with bomb too. And you can place bombs, and those I think cost, which is part of why you want to jump and catch those stars. I never put the line in the right place whenever I do quarter views. I'm sorry. I don't really need the lines anymore here, but I'm gonna keep the one here for now just so you can see, like, you gotta think when you turn ahead, your features aren't gonna move, so they're still gonna be, you know, lined up with each other. They just shift. So like this line of the lip would shorten. This eye would still be the same height. It would just be squished. I'll show you what I mean. So this part of the lip is shortened now, while this one is more elongated. And then you have a shortened lip, elongated. Shortened lip, elongated. I hope this is making some sense and seeing me sketch it out, even though I'm not doing the best job at sketching it out. Hopefully it's making some sense. It's just elongated, you know. I have better examples of like pieces I've done where you can see it better. I might open them so you can see. But as for this side, you have like your standard, kind of standard eye. I'm gonna make them looking off to the side. Because why not? And as you can see, I'm drawing just this eye as it is because I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about symmetry for this type of position. Because the eyes are not going to be both the same size here because one is turned to the side. So now for this one, the height will remain the same. The height of the eye remains the same. It's just squished. See how it's like shorter? Well, this one's like longer. Remember to keep the eyes the same height even when you turn the heads. That's very important if you want it to look like more accurate. And the same kind of goes for those eyebrows. The eyebrow is going to be shortened and curve a little bit more excessively because of the curve of the face. And that's how I draw my quarter views typically. Of course, you have like the neck too. Ear, I usually just kind of put the ear where I feel looks the best. I don't know if there's a better way of going about doing this. Okay, it looks right there. I'm putting it there. And there we go. Quarter view. Done. I don't like how I could see the line. I just had the biggest confidence boost today because I got new glasses. I like getting new glasses. One of the greatest things in the world. I need new glasses so bad. I've been using the same pair for 4 years? 5 years? I don't know how long it's been. I need new glasses though because mine have been taped for about 2 years now just to hold them together. So... wow, that's long. Yeah. I don't know why I don't go and get it taken care of. I guess I'm scared because I moved to Michigan and I don't know what eye doctor I can trust. So here I be. Okay. I think the last thing I'm going to go over before ending the stream is going to be profile views. So these are tricky and I really don't know how to explain how I draw them. But I figure if I at least show kind of how I draw them, maybe it'll help. So for me, once again, remember that the head is not perfectly, you know, circle. It's not just like this shape with a nose on it. The head is kind of like you got this oval thing and then you have like a triangle to represent the jaw. Like that. So that's what we're doing here. Is we are drawing basically that shape. Oh, maybe if I could do things a little bit easier. So you got the oval. This technically connects down to like a neck somehow. I don't know. I usually make it work. And then you have the nose after like, okay. I'm gonna draw the forehead first and then I'm gonna draw the nose and then the lips. And this is just kind of how I always go about doing it. And then the chin also kind of comes out a little bit. But you can see how I kind of started out by drawing just like a flat base and then I added my features over it. Draw the nose and then the eye. which I kind of represent with a triangular shape here. It's basically where the pupil goes. I think you have eyelashes, you can add eyeliner. Eyebrow. I need to find a way that might explain how to draw profile views a little bit easier, but this is the best way that I can show how to do it. These are tricky. These took me many years to even get down, so honestly, I guess the best thing to do is just continue practicing with profile views. Of course, you can change the shape of the face, just like everything else. You might have a more like curved nose, maybe, well, that's a bit intense. That looks like a very masculine face. You know, you can change like the shapes of noses and lips and chins. Maybe you could even like flatten the forehead a bit, bring the forehead out a little bit more. There's many things you can do to adjust faces. But yeah, I think that's about it for today's stream, or at least everything I want to cover. Because I was just kind of going over basic facial features. When it comes to clothes and stuff, I need to figure out how I want to go about explaining that. Because I don't even know where to begin on clothes. I think that's a pretty good start. I think that's a pretty good start for everyone who might want to learn how to draw, at least roughly in my style, faces, hair, some anatomy type things. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to end the stream here. And my next stream, I am going to be playing Phasmophobia. Yay! I can't wait to cry and die. I'm gonna have to talk to my friends about when to do that. So keep an eye on my Twitch, keep an eye on my socials, and I will let you all know when that stream's gonna be. Thank you all so much for stopping in and watching me draw. I will see you all in the next stream. Bye!